Don't qualify. Alright guys, I'll be back so I can get my force feedback back in. about 5 minutes till practice is over, guys.
And then there's a little downtime, correct?
No, the downtime is going to be after the first 5 minutes of qualifying. Then everybody has downtime except for the top 12.
Right, it's 10-4. Paul, after this, I'm going to back off. After I'm telling one out, but 49, your connection is all over the place. 49. 10-4.
Yeah, your quality is acting up a little bit there. Maybe it's people coming in and out or something.
Yeah, we got that hurricane here in our area.
That'll do it.
I'd like to take a moment and wish happy birthday to Roger Stewart.
10-4, happy birthday, Roger.
Happy birthday, walk day.
I was going to say something along the lines of happy birthday or happy race day.
How does it feel to be old enough to retire now, Roger?
Well, we talked about 7 years ago, Glenn.
What'd you say there, Roger?
He said that was about 7 years ago he retired. Well, like every time I race with RW, he's got that USMC on the back of his car, 1968. That's the year I was born, so I know that sucker does.
Same year I came back from over across the little pond.
Less than a minute, guys.
So, Dwayne, you want us to get our pit stalls even if we're not going to qualify?
No, you do not have to get in your pit stalls if you're not going to qualify, guys. Alright, gentlemen, if you plan on qualifying, please get in your pit stalls, but do not go out on the track. Stay in on pit lane for a second.
What is it? Where's everybody going?
In the pit lane, guys. Stop, escape, and get back in. We're all going to start at the same time.
Derek, please.
Alright, gentlemen, this is how it's going to work. All of y'all will pull out whenever you want. You only have 5 minutes to make your quickest laps. When the timer starts, I will call out the 4-minute mark. No new laps after 4 minutes. So you cross that line after I call out the 4 minutes, you hit pit lane your next time around. And then you'll stay in your stalls. If you're in the top 12 listed, you still stay in your stalls. Everybody else escapes out. We'll do our drivers meeting, and we'll go out and we'll finish up the remainder of the time for the guys in the top 12 to set the pole. There is a pole award tonight of $10 to the winner. It is sponsored by the number 62 truck. Mike, you want to tell them the name of your company? Mike's sponsoring the pole award tonight, so the winner of the pole tonight will get $10 on top of the race purse. Alright, drivers, I am showing 1:30, so you're on the clock. Remember, if you bump somebody and the green pops up, your lap will not count.
When the top 12 qualify for the pole, is that as a group as well?
I'm sorry, I had an engine in my ear. What was that?
When the top 12 go out to qualify, is that going to be as a group as well?
Yes. Unless they want to run by themselves, it's up to them what they do. They can sit in their pit stall. We do have a Jimmy Johnson rule. Do not slow down another package that has full speed coming up on you. Give them the right of way, guys.
I'm waiting on you, buddy. I can have the lift, man. Oh, that's Go.
If you wreck, escape out. If you wreck, escape out as soon as you start that truck. 2-minute mark, guys.
I saw death itself.
Dwayne, once we're wrecked now, we're done, right?
No, you can re-enter. You just escape out instead of towing so that you can get back in your truck quick. lock it in, guys. Time's up, everybody on pit lane, please. Alright, if you're in the top 12, as soon as driver's meeting over, you can go out. Matthew, quick, I'm showing on my board, is the bottom one. Okay, so only the 12 can go out on the track when I release you. Do not go till I release you. Driver's meeting, guys, we always enter on the back. We have a 100% rule, meaning if you pull in the back, you must be floorboarded all the way around. If you are 3 seconds behind the pack and you're pulling that second pack up, you must be 3 seconds. You must be 100%. Do not let off, ease up, or none of that good stuff, guys. Green flag always goes and starts the race and all restarts. No past the start-finish line, no 3 wide to the back. Third line belongs to lap cars until we get to 10 to go. That means if you're coming up 3 wide on lap cars, third lane better give it up. If you are a lap car, go all the way high to the wall. Don't wait till they get there. Do it within 3 seconds or I will remove you if you're in that front pack. I am not racing tonight. I am watching. So if you're coming up and they're 3 seconds behind you and you don't move your truck, I'm going to move it for you. I'm not trying to be an ass, guys, but we don't need somebody wrecking the field. Okay? With 10 to go, if you're a lap car, get below that yellow line and get off the racing service and let them race. If caution's in front of you, slow down, find a safe way around. If caution's behind you, keep your speed till you get to the start-finish line or the pace car, whichever comes first. We wave all black flags except for speeding on pit lane. That's the only black flag we will not wave. So if there's a guy about to blow up, pass him. I'll wave your black flag. If you're about to blow up and pit lane's closed, pit, fix your truck. I will wave your black flag. We have one reset tonight, guys. Use it wisely. Everybody else can go grab a beer, grab a smoke, Coke, go to the bathroom, whatever you got to do. Final 12, the track is yours until qualifying is over. Guys, I will not remove somebody for not right off the bat. I will tell you, hey, leaders are coming, you need to move. And if you don't move, then I will remove you. I'm not just going to eject you for being there. I'm going to make sure you know they're coming, so you got no excuse and no nasty fumes coming to you.
This will be on Twitch, correct?
Are the top 12 qualifying?
left in qualifying. Got Bounty and Quick on the front row right now.
Repeat that, Dwayne.
Said you got 8 minutes left in qualifying. You got Bounty and Quick on the front row right now.
Yep.
I'm going to pull back in, bud.
Got about 4 minutes left, guys.
Sorry, 13.
Any chance in the future that the top 12 qualify by themselves to keep the teammates from ganging up on just people by themselves?
That's no different than real world. You know, if Stuart Haas gets all of his guys up there, they're going to team up on everybody else too.
Yeah, but not in qualifying.
Nah, they sit there and wait and run off the track at the same time, so.
I told you how I feel about open qualifying.
The only thing bad about it, everybody just runs out and drafts on you, and then they leave the track, and you're out here by yourself. I was half throttle, and nobody would even catch up with me. But no offense was intended. I was just asking out of curiosity.
You got less than 3 minutes left, guys.
Thanks for staying out here a lap with me.
That is so true.
I'm gonna go ahead and pit. I can't do anything with 2 cars. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, you guys watching that?
Yeah.
Sean Bounty just got dumped, so I mean, it goes.
That was so screwed up.
Doesn't
Well,
affect
the
him
guy
though,
on
he's
the
already
pole,
P2.
Yeah, I was just about to say, he's got the pole, so he's
I was
probably not
waiting
trying to
for
help
him
you.
to like brake check if he was in the green.
I've just never agreed with group qualifying.
That must mean he's never been very good at understanding.
And I have a team.
Yeah. I like...
If you can get out...
Open.
See,
Open setup.
I've timed pit road where if you've got your nose on pit exit and they're like 15 seconds back and you perfect getting up to speed, do 131 around 1 and 2, because if you do 133 around 2, you have to back it down to get to not run up the track, and you'll get up to speed and catch that group that's on the track that was 15 seconds back when you started.
Make your
And then
final
you'll be
laps,
right
guys.
there
We're
with
under
the
the
guys that are
1
up to
minute mark.
speed.
So, Professor Bounty's in the house, in case y'all wondering.
Yep.
So for tonight's front
People
row, we're
often
going to have
see me
Josh
stop
Ball
on
and
the
Sean
end of pit
Bounty.
road, and they'll go around me and get
Nice
caught
lap,
up
Josh.
on sequence with the rest of the group
Thanks.
and wonder
Yeah,
why
fine.
they can't find speed.
If I hadn't got wrecked, man, crap.
Yeah, we were there. That would have been good because it was a big group and then a big group,
Yeah.
and we were chasing that group down.
Yeah. It was pretty much similar to how I got the 46.3 that I ran in practice, man. I was tailing in on the end of 2 groups, and that's how I got that 46.3 in practice.
Yep. Well, qualifying don't win the race, so
True that.
now the show begins.
So how you... Oh.
Alright, and we have 60 laps tonight, 1 quick repair. Use it up and you're done. We got 2 hours and 40 minutes to get it done, so we got plenty of time. Don't need a lot of cautions to get it done either. The practice races have all been running 3 and 4 wide with no issues, so I expect the same thing tonight. Remember, we will clear black flags, and we do wave around to everybody as soon as the pits are open. Okay, you need to be as close as you can to pit lane when it opens to get to wave around. And just like the real world, guys, this is a super speedway, so if you don't think you're going to get caught up in a wreck, you're crazy. It's going to happen eventually. Don't cuss nobody out. There's no way it's not going to happen. All right, all I want to say is God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engines.
Praise Jesus and fast ammunition.
And if you were sitting during the national anthem, I'm going to remove your ass when I see it.
Amen.
But I'm in my truck. I'm already
Unoffended.
down.
Didn't have a choice, Captain.
Good luck, everybody.
Good
luck.
Good luck, guys. Remember, we do have an eye in the sky. So if you got a problem, then let me know and I'll check out a truck. But do not. Whether you get wrecked or whether you don't like Rodney, I don't care. Do not cuss or jump anybody or call anybody out. Okay? If there's a caution, if you cause a caution, call out your number so I can remove you to the back of the line.
Good luck, everybody, and thank you, Dwayne, for having this event for us.
Thank you, Dwayne. Good luck, everybody.
Roger that. Thanks, Dwayne, for putting this on, man.
Roger that. Thank you.
And just a reminder on the payouts, guys, they get paid every odd number of race weeks. Okay, so if you're in a payout from last week or this week, then you need to make sure you send me your PayPal info or tell me if you want iRacing credits. Well, you won't move down, Joe. Said, who all you want to move down there? Mark Vega want me to run too. You want me to move him down?
Come on, bud.
Race control got you, Walker.
What was that, Dwayne? I didn't hear you.
That's the race control already on it.
10-4.
Get ready, going green. Plate carries in. Green, green, green. Inside. Keep high. Keep high. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Stay high. Set the car on the low side. Stay high. Still there. Clear inside. Outside. Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Stay low. Keep low.
Watch out,
Stay
guys.
low.
There's somebody thinking pretty bad back there.
Clear.
I think he disappeared.
There's a lineman, man. Lineman's doing out real bad.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
10-4, I'm going to get out.
Still there.
I'm going to go below here and get out.
there. Hold your line.
It's still early, just drop to the back, maybe it'll clear up.
Clear.
Yeah, we got this hurricane in this area. I don't want to mess with anybody else.
You be safe in that hurricane, bro.
Sorry, Rodney, I got pinned down into that, brother.
Outside. Still there. Still there. Clear. Outside. Still there. Stay low. The car on the high side.
That's all good. Long range.
Stay low. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Hold your line.
Record.
You're on the bottom. 3 wide. Clear. Yellow flag is out. Line up. Single file. Pit road is closed. Past the 5 car. The next car's the leader. Past the 1 car. Past the 25 car. Past the 4 car. Past the 24 car. Catch the 24.
You guys in the back have to listen, man. I'm sorry. You guys almost, oh my god, that was bad.
Man, you guys in the back got to slow up, man. You can plow through that.
Around the back. Middle of the back.
Charles, how's my back look?
Somebody want to own up to the caution?
Case cars in the middle of 3-4.
Check it out, man.
Can you put fire? Man, I was on the brakes, 88. I'm sorry I got into you like that.
What's up, there, bud?
Three wide, 5 comes down into the middle truck, causes the caution. 5 is assigned to caution. Remember, gentlemen, I heard some talking about 3 wide on lap 4 and all that. This is super speedway racing. You will get door jams. You will get bumps. You will get pushed. And you will get taken 3 wide, sometimes 4 wide. If you don't like it, just drop to the back. If you like it and you can hold your line, have fun doing it. If you do it, make sure you can hold that line. Otherwise, you're going to get charged with the caution.
He didn't bump you cold. He didn't slam you. He rubbed you. And rubbing, son, is racing.
That's so funny. I had that key
Yeah,
to use on a soundboard tonight, bud.
I love that movie. As full of shit as it is, I still love it.
Me too, man. I love that. I want you to go out there, and I want.
Do you prefer being on the inside like you are, or the outside?
It doesn't really matter as long as I'm not in the air flipping. So, I mean, I think that's any line's good.
Copy that. Nicely said. Well, Matthew, we're gonna look forward to seeing you and the 87 or right now hooking up, just like you had mentioned. So good luck to you, buddy, and we'll be watching you all night long.
Thanks, Sean.
That was at 89 of Matthew Quick, just like he had mentioned. His teammate, the 87 of Rittenauer, is right behind him. Always gonna be right behind him on the restart, and is in 3rd place. 2nd place on the bottom lane.
Outside.
And David, looks like that 34 of Sean Boundy has gone all the way back to 7th place. Does that mean he pitted?
Can I get away?
Yeah, he was the,
I'm coming
he's
when
the
I just
first
left
car
it.
on fresh tires there. He came down and his pit stop was about 4.8 seconds. So it looks like he may have just came down and took fuel only.
Oh, copy that. And Dave, if you were Sean, having only having the first caution on lap 4 like we did, would you have done the exact same thing going down pit road, or would it have been too early for you?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, most definitely I would have went ahead and went down there and at least filled up with fuel. You never know how long the green flag run is going to be, so you definitely want to get a full tank there, as the drivers up front are going to be on a little less fuel, so they will have to pit before you. So it's all about track position, so they are definitely playing their pit strategy out tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. On the super speedways here, it's all about outsmarting your opponents. So it's all about the teamwork and outsmarting part of the pit strategies. As we can see, that 34 of Sean Bound is currently in 7th place, and during qualifying, it looked like his partner was the 78 of Josh Ball, who's currently in 2nd place. So you should keep an eye on these two, Dave, and see what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, most definitely is the pace car here is on the backstretch, working their way down here to pit 3. The lights are off, so we will be going green this time around. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how this plays out.
And as these drivers are now bunching them up, getting really, really close and really, really tight, entering turn 3 so they can get a good restart, so they can get a better start than those drivers who are caught sleeping.
Yeah, most definitely as the pace car's working its way through turn 4 here, these drivers are going to bunch up real tight, waiting on that green flag. And as soon as you see that green flag fly, you know these drivers are going to be hard on that gas pedal, pushing, trying to get out of the early lead.
Stay low, there's a car on the high side. Stay low.
And it looks like the pace car's about ready to dip off as it dips down into pit road. These drivers bunch up real tight, side by side. As the green flag flies and the leader there jumps on the throttle, but he doesn't really get too much of a good run as the 78 of Josh Paul gets a good run on the outside there as they're door-to-door coming into turn number 1.
And by the looks of it, Dave, there was contact made on that restart between that 78 of Josh Ball and the 89 of Matthew Quick, as the 78 of Josh Ball on the outside line is pretty much getting freight trained by everybody, as nobody was on his back bumper when the green flag flew.
Yeah, most definitely, but you know, you got to watch on these when you're on older tires on these restarts, because them tires will spin and it can push you down a little bit, so got to be careful, but it was a good restart.
Still there.
As we can see there, Dave, that's 7 of John Muschan Jr. managed to jump to the outside line exiting turn 2, and now exiting turn 4. He's getting help from the 78 of Josh Bond. He's having a huge run to turn 1.
Stay low.
The 89 of Matthew Quick trying his best as he's getting the help of from the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer, the teammates trying their best to outsmart or outrun the outside lane.
Yeah, it looks like the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer is kind of on the back doors. It looks like they're going to try 3 wide, but no, I think better take it too wide as they're coming in through the turn. The 87 there, Raymond Rittmauer, is right on the back door of the 89 at Matthew Quick coming through turn number 4 into the dogleg.
And Dave Carnage in the back among the 05 of Gary Whitmer, the 133 of Ranford S. Brown, and that one of Chris Passini. They made some contact entering turn 3 as they tried to make it 3 wide, but it didn't seem to work out. By the looks of it, all 3 trucks are still moving. The 05 has some right side damage, but is not being affected at all.
Car outside.
Yeah, good job by them drivers in keeping their trucks going the right way as they're able to at least keep up in a little bit of a group there, hopefully not lose the draft and fall too far back.
Stay low.
Yeah, these drivers definitely doing a good job, and as we can see, the drivers in the mid-pack are pretty much just riding as those drivers up front are being depended on to lead the pack. As we can see, the 67 of John Mustian Jr. is the leader of lap 12, still getting help in the 78 of Josh Ball.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have 3 trucks hooked up there on the outside compared to 2, but looks like they're starting to punch up there on the bottom line. It looks like that outside line is really starting to pick up some momentum here.
Still there. Hold your
It's a 3-car push on the outside line. That's 67 of Mustian, the 78, and the 34 of Boundy. 3-car push, single foul, trying to make the outside line work as it's going to be 2 against 3 or 2 versus 3 inside and outside.
It looks like the bottom line has got a little bit more help as it looks like there's now 5 trucks hooked up on that bottom line. So they're definitely making some moves there as it looks like it's going to be 4 on 5 there compared to the outside, but the inside's definitely holding their own.
As we can see there, Dave, that's 7 of Rodney Wolford just trying his best to stay patient. As we can see, he's all over the back bumper of that 12 of Paul Krumrie, but then takes it 3 wide on the back straightaway. Speaking of 3 wide up front again, the 78 of Josh Ball takes it 3 wide in the middle lane. The 67 of Josh Mustian Jr. been pushed up as that 89 of Matthew Quick stays in the bottom lane. The 34 of Sean Bounty to the rescue of the 78 of Josh Ball.
You're on the bottom. 3 wide.
Good job by these drivers. As I said, you can definitely do 3 wide here at Daytona, but it can get real narrow real quick. It's not like Talladega where you have all the room in the world to even go 4 wide. So good job by these drivers keeping their trucks steady and going straight as they're going 3 wide even here into turn number 2.
And Dave, that 67 of John Mustian Jr., our once race leader a lap ago, is now all the way back to 7th place.
Keep low.
And looking here, it looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico, who was involved in that big wreck there in the first caution, has worked his way back up to the front as I'm currently showing him in 9th position, but he's sitting right there with the lead pack.
He just seems to be riding on Dave on his outside line. We have that 7 of Rodney Wolford who keeps going to the high lane, but back to the middle lane, trying to get a run.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side.
Let's keep an eye on that 7 of Rodney Wolford, who keeps trying to make a 3 wide run, but doesn't seem to have any help behind him.
Clear outside. Car outside. Still there.
And Dave going back up front, the 89 of Quick and the 87 of Rittenauer seem to be disconnecting in the turns while the outside line keeps pushing, as we can see. As a matter of fact, as a result, 78 of Josh Ball is still going to lead as that 34 of Sean Bound goes all over him throughout the turns and exiting the turns.
Yeah, it looks like the 87 there, Rittenauer, is kind of dipping his nose out a little bit, trying to get some fresh air into that engine, because when you're riding on that back bumper, you've got to watch your water temperature, because these motors will get hot. And if it gets too hot, it could put an early end to your race.
Stay low.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. And looks like the 78 of Josh Ball up front gets clear of the inside line and jumps down in front of the 89 of Matthew Quick, as they're going to take 3 wide. A lap car or a slow car, that looks like it's 13 of Jason Kinzer. Rough night for Jason in that 13, Dave. As we can see, he's suffering from some front bad front end damage and back end damage.
Yeah, I'm currently showing him 3 laps down, but there's always a possibility if there's cautions he can get those laps back. But he's definitely going to have to work for it. Probably go down and try to get some of that damage repaired.
All we can hope for Dave is that he has a quick repair or a reset just so he can get a second chance at being in the pack like this.
Car outside.
Looks like that 12 of Paul Krumray is now pushing a 34 of Sean Bounty on the outside line and is trying his best to get him to the race leader. It looks like he's getting a huge run into the tri-oval and he's going to be on new race leader on lap 16. Well, lap 18 actually.
Yeah, that outside's starting to really pick up some steam there as these drivers are running bumper to bumper. Definitely pushing, but we definitely got some good side-by-side racing here. These drivers are just, looks like they're just kind of taking it easy and just taking whatever's given to them. I don't see no real aggressive moves, even though the 7 there of Rodney Woodford keeps looking to that outside line, thinking about going 3 wide there, but just is not able to get a good enough run to be able to make that type of move right now.
Looks like he's just going to try and ride here, try and be the 3rd car on the outside line, trying to make a difference in these guys' speed, because the more cars they have or the more trucks they have in a single foul line, the more momentum. As these drivers are now getting around another lap car, that looks like that's going to be the 10 of Matt Hoover. Matt Hoover as well in the same position as the 13 of Jason Kinzer. Bad right front damage, bad front end damage, and bad rear end damage as well.
And it looks like the 78 there of Josh Ball's going to get pushed into the middle lane as he's going to fall back, but the 7 of Woodford's going to give him a little bit of help and help so he doesn't lose too many positions. They're going 3 wide into turn 3 and turn 4.
That 12 of Paul Krumray shuffled out to the outside line, 3 wide, 7 in the middle lane, Rodney Woodford, and on the inside line, looks like we have that 37 of J.R. Johnson. Looks like they're back to 2 wide as that 12 of Paul Krumray tries to take it back 2 wide, but then gets blocked as he was not clear. Looks like that he was able to get back in line right behind that 7 of Rodney Woodford and caught a break.
Yeah, most definitely that could have been real disastrous that he could have fell way back, but he was able to get back down there. And it looks like the lead pack here's got a little bit of room from another pack in the back, but these drivers are definitely putting on a show for us tonight.
And Dave, looks like we have another caution here. We're going to go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that and who might have been involved. Well, Dave, looks like the 88 of Mark A. Vega was involved in that. So was that 16 of Brian Barden. So let's focus on that 88 of Mark A. Vega and see what just might have happened.
Oh, it looks like the 16 there thought he was cleared. He tried to come down into the turn there and just happened to make contact with the 88 and get spun around there. Highly unfortunate for that incident there.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. And they were catching up to a lapped car and went 3 wide, and that was that 13 of, see, that was the 13. Can't seem to find his number. That was Jason Kinzer once again. He's currently in 28th place as we speak and is being shown 3 laps down.
Looks like our current race leader, the 34, Sean Bounty, is going to go ahead and lead these drivers down into pit road for some fuel and tires here. As it looks like almost the entire field's going to come down for service.
Line up, single
and Dave, let's focus on that 34 of Bounty and see what his pit strategy is. As we can see there, he missed his pit stop and had to back up a couple of feet, so that's definitely going to slow him down quite a bit.
Looks like he took fuel and right side tires only as there was a battle off pit road there.
That was a very close battle, Dave, but it looks like the 34 of Sean Bounty beat that 7 of Wolford by a hair, and is going to still lead exiting the pits.
Dwayne, I got a black flag for cutting the course someplace. I don't know.
Call out your numbers, guys. I can't do it with finding the names, okay?
And Dave, I'm riding shotgun with that 34 of Sean Bounty as we
13.
speak, and he seems to be clutching it in. You can hear that thing go silent, and then he gets back into the gas.
How you doing?
Oh, hey, Sean. We're good in here in the booth. Just watching you as you're currently the leader. You qualified in 2nd place. And Sean, we noticed you were working with the 78 of Josh Ball during qualifying. Is he your partner?
Well, at the beginning of qualifying, we were all kind of staggered, and there was a big wreck, and he came out as the leader when we all came back out on track, and so we were just riding together to the very end. I didn't figure I'd pick up anything off of him from there, but you know, being up front with some of the other guys, you know, you're just, whether you're working with them or against them, it's early in the race, and you want to stay up front. So yeah, we're just, you know, we got to work with each other to help ourselves stay where we need to. So you're going to see a lot of that today.
Oh, I hear you, Sean, and by the sounds of what you're saying is that you're going to work with whoever since it's early on in the race, but once it comes to go time, they're not your buddy anymore. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, a little bit. You're going to form some friendships and alliances, and you're going to have to let people go on certain lines if you're going to make any progress with whatever run you're doing, but it's also early in the season. You don't want to piss off everybody by taking the whole thing yourself and leaving everybody out. But you know, if there's somebody there that's helping enough, I'll make sure that try to stay with him as long as I can to keep him rolling forward too. My normal teammate's not here tonight, so just got to make do with the best I can.
Oh, I hear you, Sean. And Sean, on your last pit stop there, we noticed that you ended up missing your pit stop and almost ended up losing the lead to that 7 of Rodney Wolford. How were you able to pull off the staying in the lead?
A lot of guys tend to take either right sides, and guys that stayed out altogether, they might have figured 4 tires, but I also came in on the very first pit stop, so I didn't need to take as much fuel, and I decided to take left side tires first, so that shortened my pit stop. So I had that planned out already, but what I forgot to do was reset my brake bias was too far back in the rear brakes, so I've got them to the front brakes now, and so that shouldn't be a problem, minus any driver error after that.
Line up on the inside, catch the 78.
Oh, that's a very, very good strategy, Sean, and sounds like that comes from a lot of experience. Well, Sean, since you mentioned you have no teammate out there, your teammate is not in tonight's race, and you're going to have to break a few hearts by the end of the race tonight. We're going to keep an eye on you and see how you being out there alone works out for you. So good luck, buddy, and we'll keep an eye on you.
All right, thank you very much. Hope you put on a good show.
Well, Sean, it looks like our top 5 here's got some new racers here in the top 5 as we are currently, the leader is the 34 of Sean Boundary, followed by the 7 of Rodney Wolford. The 78 of Josh Ball is in 3rd position. The 89 of Matthew Quick in 4th place. And the 62 of Michael D'Amico is currently in 5th position.
Looks like all these drivers, most drivers started in the back, are now going to start moving up in positions. As we can see, that 82 of Daniel Harrington currently in 10th place, qualified in 17th place. So he moved up 10 spots there, Dave, and he's not the only one we're going to see up front, because most of those drivers who qualified in the back are going to end up being up front before this thing is over.
Yeah, because even looking at J.R. Johnson there, he qualified 32nd. He's currently in 8th position, so he's definitely made some moves and got up closer into the top 10.
Oh, absolutely. All these drivers are trying to make up some time. It looks like the 05 of Gary Whitmer Jr., also another great driver. A driver who got tapped during that incident, but didn't bring out a caution. Looks like he's in 15th place and qualified 15th, so I guess he can't complain that much.
He didn't really lose anything. He's right back where he started, but there's always the possibility we can definitely see him up front before the race is over as well. The pace car is going to dip off. These drivers are going to get the green flag. Looks like the 34, Sean Boundary, is going to get on the throttle, but the 7 of Rodney Wolford gets just as good a start as they're going to go door to door into turn number 1.
Car outside.
Looks like the 7 of Rodney Wolford gets a better start and is getting some help from the 89 of Matthew Quick, who just got as good of a start as he did. The 78 of Josh Ball trying his best to get up the back bumper of Sean Boundy as he does so into turn 2 and exiting turn 2. They just might have a big run.
Yeah, it looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico is trying to get to the back bumper of Ball there to give them some help as he's working his way closer and closer, as it looks like there's a 3-truck lineup there on the outside.
Some close racing up front, Dave, as we can see that 89, actually that's the 7 of Rodney Wolford, side drafting the crap out of that 78 of Josh Ball, who then gets clear exiting turn 4 but decides to stay low. Looks like Matthew Quick not giving up on the 7 of Wolford just yet, as he's getting some help from the 87 of Raymond Rittenau. Well, it looks like Raymond Rittenau is actually fallen back a few track lengths and is now not making a difference in the 89 speed.
Yeah, it looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico has got to the bumper there of the 78 of Ball and is giving that inside line a good push. It looks like the 78 there. The 34 is going to dive up in front of the 7 of Wolford, allowing the 78 to get door to door with the 62 of Michael D'Amico pushing behind him.
That's 7 of Wolford all over the back bumper of Sean Boundy, and the 62 of Michael D'Amico in turn is all over the back bumper of Josh Ball. It's going to be a drag race to start finish line, as that 34 of Sean Boundy is going to lead lap 27 as well.
Still there, hold your line.
As we can see there, David, it seems as though the 78 of Josh Ball seems to be riding a little bit higher on the straightaways, trying to break the draft or the run of the outside lane.
Yeah, it looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico is going to jump up in front of the 34 of Sean Boundy as they're going to make a good run. He's going to pull door to door with the 78 of Josh Ball coming into the turn 3 there. As the outside line is going to make a little bit of a run, but back comes the 78 of Josh Ball with the help of 7 of Wolford, and there's going to be a drag race here to the start-finish line.
The inside line is connected. That's 78 of Josh Ball and the 7 of Wolford, as that 34 of Sean Boundy, getting help from the 89 of Matthew Quick, is giving a push to the 62 of D'Amico, who's leading the outside line, is probably and most likely going to get a huge run exiting turn 2.
Yeah, that outside line seems to get a good run off these turns on these back stretches as they are bumper to bumper, and look at these drivers shuffling as they're coming down through the backfield, diving up to the outside line, diving down to the inside line, and it looks like there was contact made. The 6 D'Amico hits the wall and the yellow flag will come out.
Backstretch, big car, pace car on the backstretch, guys, heads up.
Boys, I'm gonna need a new pair of underwear.
Catch the pace car.
Six, seven's pitting in. Whenever it opens, I'm pitting in.
Jacking up.
Pit road is now open.
55 needs flag wave. Needs flag gone.
Well, this certainly inhales profusely.
One car get a wave.
55 needs black flag removed.
55 needs what?
Line up, single
Black
file.
flag.
Catch the 13 car.
13 leads away.
Pass for 55, car.
82, black flag removal, please.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have our race leader, the 62 of Michael D'Amico. You got a copy there, bud?
Hey, Dwayne, 10 input.
Well, Mike, we noticed that on lap 4, you got involved into the big one.
Catch the 13,
and was
car.
able to get back up to the front, and then again, you were involved in an incident that triggered this caution. And then going down pit road again, you were involved in an incident getting rear-ended as you were trying to get into your pit stop. Tell us how your race is going, buddy. Oh, copy that, Mike, and I'm sorry to hear about everything you've been through tonight this far. And Michael, your damage seems to, well, I should say your truck doesn't look as pretty as most of the ones out there look due to how much damage it has. Do you think that damage is going to slow you down at all? Copy, Mike. Well, Mike, despite everything you've been through tonight and having your truck maybe not in good shape as you might want it to be, but you not giving up just yet, we're going to keep an eye on you and see how things play out for you, buddy. Good luck. Your truck maybe not in good shape as you might want it to be, but you not giving up just yet. We're going to keep an eye on you and see how things play out for you, buddy. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
By the way.
Coming up high, coming up high, coming up high.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 62 of Michael D'Amico, our current race leader out there. Looks like the 67 of John Muschin Jr. is behind him, and the 78 of Josh Ball, who was involved in that incident as well, is currently in third place.
As we hit our halfway point here, Sean, we've got 30 laps to go, so we've had 17 lead changes tonight, so I'm looking forward to seeing some more lead changes. These drivers are definitely battling hard trying to get this win tonight for the first race of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. You know, when it comes to points, these guys don't play around. They try and lead as many laps as possible just so they can get that extra point. At the same time, they try and battle hard because, you know, the closer you finish to first place, the more points you get. So these drivers are trying to take advantage of it.
Yeah, looking here through the lineup, it looks like the 88 of Mark A. Vega has made his way back into the top 5 there as he's currently in 4th position, with the 12 of Paul Cromari in 5th position. So we got some new drivers here up front as these guys are going to battle as we are 1 to green as the pace light cars are off.
And Dave, that 23 of Bernard Persson as well, also a very powerful player last week at Talladega. He qualified in 18th place and is now up to 6th place. So he's moving up quite a few spots, and just like you had mentioned, all these drivers coming from the back to the front.
From probably 12th back, I'm going to be slow on the high side.
We're going to see a lot more moves. Like I said, we're under halfway to go here. We've got 29 laps to go. It'll be 28 laps to go here when the green flag flies.
And Dave, that 62 of D'Amico not looking too pretty out there. That damage on his right side, his front end, just might slow him down. So let's focus on that 89 of Quick, who's going to be starting right behind him, 2nd place from the bottom lane as we go green. actually on the outside line. That 88 of Mark A. Vega also has some rear end damage, so that just might slow him down as well. The pace car's off. The green flag flies. That 62 puts it down as the 67 of Muster Jr. gets a huge run on him. The 89 of Quick bumps that 62 of D'Amico as he got loose when he got bumped. 88 of Mark A. Vega on the outside line, trying his best to catch up to the 67 of John Muster Jr., who's the leader of the outside line, to start pushing him entering turn 1. Well, David, looks like the 62 of D'Amico is actually taking off with the help of the 89 of Matthew Quick and is pretty much leading, exiting turn 2, and is still going to be clear of the outside line as the 67 of John Muster Jr. is now getting a huge run, entering turn 3, and it's going to be a drag race to turn 3 with the help of 88 of Vega. And going back to the 34 of Sean Bounty, Dave, he goes 3 wide and puts the 23 of Bernard Pearson in the middle lane. The 01 of Jonathan Chisholm on the bottom lane, as they're going to be 3 wide, getting up from the 20 of Derek Walker. 3 wide to the front, they go into turn 1. He's still 3 wide, trying to make the outside line work, trying to use that side rip to the best of his ability. But that 20 of Derek Walker is not close enough to make a difference in his speed. Bernard Pearson still in the middle lane, trying to make it work using the draft of both lanes to stick with both lanes as we go up front. 6 of the middle got bumped and touched that apron and was able to save it, so great job by him. 88 of Mark A. Vega leading the outside line, getting up to the 23 of Bernard Pearson, who seems to have some damage as well. So basically, the middle lane all has damage as we speak. The 34 of Sean Bound is still on the outside line, trying to make it work with the help of the 20 of Derek Walker, who seems to now be getting ever closer to him, entering turn 1.
Yeah, these guys are making some moves here as we are 26 laps to go. Good job by all these drivers holding these lines. It looks like a lap car there is going to pull onto the apron and let these guys battle it out 3 wide.
You can see there, Dave, that 34 of Sean Bounty into turn 2 went back down to the bottom lane, took it back 2 wide, but then exiting the turn went back 3 wide as he's still 3 wide, entering turn 3 with a 20 of Derek Walker trying to catch up to his back bumper. And Dave, look at that, that 7 of Rodney Wolford charging to the middle lane is now going to be 3rd in line and jumping to the outside line in front of 34. Back down to the middle lane as these drivers are now starting to block each other just so they could destroy each other's runs.
Yeah, diving up in front of a driver like that, it's definitely going to slow them down, slow their momentum down. So it's definitely an advantage, but you got to be careful because if you do that to a driver and they don't slow down, it can definitely put you right into the wall.
Oh, absolutely, and when it happens up front like that, it's absolutely going to be the big one, just like we had seen on lap 4. And Dave, looks like that 23 of Bernard Pearson, who was in 3rd place on lap 36, or beginning of lap 36, has now been shuffled back to about, looks like 10th place. '88 of Mark A. Vega leading the outside line, drops down in front of the 67 of John Muster Jr. as that 7 of Rodney Wolford is going to lead the outside line, getting up on the 34 of Sean Bounty.
Yeah, these drivers are battling hard. As it looks like 62 of Michael D'Amico gets a little loose. It is spinning there, but gets it down in. It doesn't look like he collected any. Oh no, it wasn't the 62. I'm not sure what truck that was.
Gonna go back and take a look at who that was, but looks like he ended up saving it, Dave. That might have been the 67 of John Muskin Jr.
Yeah, it looks like that was the 67 there, a Muskin Jr., but he did a good job at not collecting any other trucks, as all the other trucks was able to get around him, and they were able to keep his green flag racing.
That was definitely some great driving, Dave. It's not easy to save a truck like Mr. John did. 200 miles an hour entering the turns, and by the looks of it, Dave, he just got loose entering turn 1. So that lets us know that maybe he might have not taken tires all race long, and it's now starting to affect him.
Going back up front, it looks like the 34, Sean Boundary, is going to be on that inside line, challenging the 7 of Wolford for that race lead here as they come into turn number 3.
Sean Bounty getting help from the 89 of Matthew Quick on the bottom lane as that 88 of Mark A. Vega, third place on the outside line behind the 20 of Derek Walker, who in turn is pushing the 7 of Rodney Wolford, who gets a huge run and is going to clear the inside line, crossing the start-finish line. He's now going to be our new race leader. Well, he was the leader last lap, but he's still going to stay in the race lead on lap 39.
Yeah, he's getting a good push there by the 20 of Derek Walker, as he looks like he's going to dive down in front of Sean Boundary there on the inside line to help slow them down so he doesn't get that run and get to his inside. But the 20, Derek Walker's going to make a run on the outside there with the help of the 80 from the 88 of Mark Vega as they come into turn number 3.
And Dave, looks like that 23 of Bernard Person is now back in the mix in 7th place from 11th place when he got shuffled back. 3rd place on the outside line right behind the 88 of Mark A. Vega. And Dave going back up front, looks like that 20 of Derek Walker is trying to make the outside line work on his own as that 88 of Mark A. Vega fell off his back bumper.
Yeah, he may have had to dip out a little bit and get some cooler air to cool his truck down. He may have been pushing the limit with his water temperature.
Oh, absolutely, Dave, and he does seem to be suffering from some rear end damage, but no front end damage there, so I'm sure that's actually slowing him down. As we can see, that 20 of Derek Walker is having some connection issues and keeps blinking on the outside line and slowing it down.
Yeah, most definitely. And it looks like the 88 of Mark A. Vega is going to lose some ground because of the blinking, and it's going to fight to try to get back up to his back bumper there to try to push him back up to the front.
And Dave, it looks like all these drivers are pretty much now just riding. It looks like more than half the field just might have ended up using their reset since we've had about 2 big wrecks before halfway.
Yeah, I'm currently showing that we only have about 18 trucks here on the lead lap. It looks like these front guys here are definitely battling as they're bumper to bumper, side by side there, coming into turn number 3.
The 88 of Mark A. Vega gave a push to the 20 of Derek Walker, but then backed off entering turn 3 as he almost got loose. And Dave, looks like that 12 of Paul Kumre jumps to the outside line to the rescue of the 20 of Walker. He's going to try and get him up there side by side with the 7 of Wolford.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as these leaders will be catching the Ford truck of Justin Levine, who's currently 4 laps down. So we should see some 3 wide action as they're going to try to work their way around these lap cars as they are catching them in a hurry.
And Dave, looks like that 88 of Mark A. Vega with a huge run with the help of the 23 of Bernard Person had to slow down and exiting turn 2 before they ended up wrecking.
Yeah, you got to be real careful with these plate tracks. If the truck in front of you is already hooked into the bumper of the truck in front of them and you go to bump draft them, it'll definitely get that truck all squirrely and can cause a big wreck.
And Dave going back up on that 34 of Sean Bounty jumped to the outside line, getting help from the 20 of Derek Walker, leaving the 7 of Rodney Wolford on the inside line to lead it, getting help from the 89 of Matthew Quick.
As they come in here on the backstretch, they're catching that Ford truck of Justin Levine, as they're going to be putting him another lap down here as these leaders are battling. It looks like the 34 is going to have the 7 cleared, but it's going to stay. Oh no, he's going to go ahead and dive down in front of the 7 of Woodford and take over the race lead.
And Dave, speaking of lap cars, we have that 13 of Jason Kinzer once again. Going to get lapped here, crossing the start-finish line, owing the tri-oval. Going to go 3 laps down. He's currently in 23rd. Well, Dave, good news for that 13 of Jason. Looks like he has his damage fixed, and he's not as bad as he was when he got lapped early on. And so he just might end up tagging onto the draft at the back of the pack.
Yeah, it could be fortunate there, and might eventually, hopefully, a yellow will come out. But it looks like there's going to be contact made as I see trucks spinning there on the backstretch.
Looks like that 13 of Jason Kinzer was involved once again, unfortunately. The 53 of 77 of Jared Johnson was involved, and the 53 of Joe Morganti was involved as well. So let's go back and take a look at what might have been the cause of that, and let's focus on the 53 of Joe Morganti. Well, Dave, looks like they were coming up to the 13 of Jason Kinzer to lap him or get around him, while the 37 of J.R. Johnson, and 53 of Joe Morganti were too wide, as the 53 of Morganti was occupying the middle lane. And once they were going 3 wide, the 53 of Morganti ended up going a little bit too low and caught 37 of J.R. Johnson, caught his left side, or right side actually, and put him right side into the wall, also involving the 13 of Jason.
Well, with 16 laps to go, it'll be interesting to see who's going to come down from pit road. It looks like the Sean Boundary is going to bring the field down. This should be the last pit stop of the race, as they will definitely have enough fuel to finish out the race.
It looks like behind him is the 7 of Rodney Wolford, who entered in second place on pit road. Well, Dave, it's been a very, very tough night for that 13 of Jason Kinzer. And we got him in the booth here with us. You got a copy there, Jason?
How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good, Jason, and well, we're doing better than you are. We noticed that during the race tonight, when you were getting lapped in the second caution, you ended up getting, when the guys were getting around you, they ended up making contact with you and giving you even more damage than you had. And then this time around again, they tried to get around you and they ended up putting you in the wall once again. So how's your race going tonight, buddy, besides that?
Oh, I got into a couple little skirmishes that we had a couple times. Trying to keep the car clean now and get complete laps so I can get some hopefully top 5, top 10 finish here.
Oh, copy that. Well, it's good to know that despite everything you've been through, being put in the wall twice, while the leaders try to get around you, you're still in it to win it. You're still hoping for a top 10 finish, so that's really amazing to see. We're watching you right now. You're currently in 24th place, 2 laps down. You were 3 laps down, but it looks like you did manage to get a lap back. So keep that up, and you end up being in the top 10. So Jason, despite everything you're going through, we hope your race goes better, and hope to see you in the top 10 by the end of the race tonight.
Yeah, hopefully I can get up on the lap and do good for my team Velocity, and do good for my friend Zach, who did all my paint schemes for me. I appreciate everybody's help, and hopefully I can get up in the top 10, like I said.
Oh, and Jason, you mentioned Team Velocity. Tell us, in this race tonight, who's involved or included in Team Velocity?
Well, it's basically right now it's a 3-person operation. It's me, he runs Team Velocity, and my friend Bobby, who ran last race in the left truck. And we're just starting out trying to work our way in there, and hopefully we can have consistent finishes.
Oh, copy that, Jason. Well, Jason, we're going to keep an eye on you. Hope we're going to see you try and get your 2 laps back, just so you can be on the lead lap and be able to finish in the top 10. So have a good one, buddy, and good luck to you.
All right, thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 13 of Jason Kinzer, who's currently in 24th place, 2 laps down. He's been involved in a lot of incidents that were not his fault, and despite that, he still decided to stay out here. That takes a lot of courage, just like the 62 of D'Amico, who decided not to give up, and is currently in 7th place with his truck still looking damaged as it is. Well, Dave, looks like we're now back to 2 wide here, as we still have the 78 of Josh Ball in the race lead, the 34 of Sean Bounty leading the outside line, getting help from the 7 of Rodney Wolford. 89 of Matthew Quick once again, second place on the bottom lane. Is going to be starting behind the 78 of Josh Ball, our race leader.
Yeah, most definitely these drivers are ready for it. It's go time as we're on 13 laps to go. We'll get the green flag with 12 laps to go, so these drivers will be doing everything they can. I have a feeling we're going to see some 3 wide racing here as people are going to be jockeying for position, trying to get up front.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. We've been seeing that 34 of Sean Bounty. Pretty much, he's been in the top 5 all night long, and when he was not in the top 5, he was on that outside line trying to make it work. So pretty much, we've seen him not giving up and giving it his all just so he could stay up front.
Yeah, most definitely. So we're going to be seeing it as pace car is going to bring them here into turn number 3 as they're going to start bunching up tight, waiting for that green flag to fly.
And Dave, that 05 of Gary Whitmer Jr., currently in 19th place, was a lap down before this caution and managed to get his lap back. So that was definitely a great job by him.
Yeah, Gary's a good driver there, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him make some moves to get up front. The pace car is going to bring them out of turn number 4 into the dog leg, and these drivers punch up real tight here, waiting on this restart. As the pace car dips off, the green flag flies, and it looks like the 78 of Josh Ball is going to get a real good run. Looks like the 34 of Sean Boundary was not able to get a good restart, as the 89 of Matthew Quick there is on the back bumper of Josh Ball as they come into turn number 1.
And once again, Dave, that 89 of Matthew Quick gets a better start than both leaders and was all over the back bumper of the 78 of Josh Ball before he could hit that gas pedal. It made him wiggle when he made contact. The 89 of Matthew Quick jumps the outside line right in front of 34 of Sean Bounty exiting turn 2. And is going to get bump drop help from him throughout the backstretch. The 20 of Derek Walker makes contact with the 34 of Sean Bounty and is going to get sent off into the grass, off the track, out of traffic. So let's watch that 20 of Derek Walker and see if he's able to keep it off the track. But by the looks of it, he's able to keep it off the track. He's still riding the grass, but he's able to still have control.
Well, that's definitely good to see as we are now on 12 laps to go. Soon to be 11 laps to go as these drivers are pushing hard, trying to get those positions. They definitely want to get some of that payout tonight as they are coming through the dogleg here into turn number 1. As it looks like the 89 of Matthew Quick is still going to be our current race leader with the help of 78 of Josh Ball pushing hard behind him. The 34 of Bounty's going to be on the outside, not getting much help. It looks like the 62 of Michael D'Amico and the 12 are going to hit the wall and they're going to go down into the inside, but not bring out the yellow.
Well, that was a very big wreck, Dave. That included the 62 of D'Amico, just like you had mentioned. It also included the 88 of Mark A. Vega. The 9 of Kenny Holderman was involved in that one. The 87 of Raymond Rittenauer got a little piece of it. And also the 12 of Paul Krumray, 1 of Chris Passini, 23 of Bernard Persson, and that 01 of Jonathan Chisholm. And that was the closest one to the big one, Dave.
Yeah, we're going to go back and take a look at that replay here. We're going to ride along with the 62 of Michael D'Amico to see if we can see exactly what started that. Here, riding through the cockpit, it looks like there was some contact made behind him, got him a little squirrely, shot him up inside the 12 and just collected everybody behind him.
Absolutely, Devin. From my point of view, it actually also looks like the 12 of Paul Krumray came down a little bit too low, exiting turn 2, and then netcode or bad netcode kicked in, and that pretty much sent them sideways and rightward and leftward, 5 wide and 6 wide, pretty much just wrecking.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's going to collect a lot of cars in that entrance, as it looks like we're going to have Quite a few cars come down here pit road trying to get some damage repaired before the restart of this race, as we have the 78 of Josh Ball currently in our race lead, followed by the 89 of Matthew Quick in second place. The 7 of Rodney Wolford will be in third position. The 87 of Raymond Rittenauer will be in fourth position. And the 55 of Mike J. Thompson will be rounding out your top 5.
And Dave, that 34 of Sean Boundy on the restart got doored, or maybe I should say made contact with the 20 of Derek Walker, and was suffering from some some right or left side damage, left rear damage, which seemed to be slowing him down. But Dave, once he pitted, looks like he got a reset because that track looks clean.
Definitely good job by him if he was able to save his quick repair. Now's the time to definitely use it, as we are currently on 9 laps to go. So we're going to have like a 4 or 5 lap shootout here for the finish.
So that 78 of Josh Boy still in the race lead. Let's actually try and get a word in with him because we have not interviewed him all night long. I actually don't seem to find him, so I don't think he is on TeamSpeak, so I guess we'll wait until the end of the race. I'll try and interview the 7 of Rodney Wolford instead. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have the 7 of Rodney Wolford in the booth with us. You got a copy there, bud?
Oh yeah, you guys got me?
Oh, loud and clear, Rodney. We hope you're doing good tonight, buddy. We noticed you qualified in 6th position. Man, you were making those moves out there, trying to go 3 wide, or trying to split those lanes while the guys were 3 wide. Just take the middle lane and try and use the draft of both lanes to try and get up to the front. Tell us, how's this been your race overall tonight?
A little seasick from all the movement. Other than that, just trying not to get wrecked, but it's been a little hard to do. Other than that, you know, it's just been a little seasickness out here from all the movement.
Oh, I hear you, Rodney, but man, you were doing a great job, you know, besides all the seasickness. And tell us, do you have any teammate out there? Because I'm not sure if last week you told us you had a teammate, but I believe you did tell us you had a teammate, but I don't remember who exactly it was.
Yeah, the 20 of Derek Walker. Also believe I had the 1 of Chris Bassini. Unfortunately, he's out. And I don't know, Kenny was also helping there. We really haven't got to get grouped up and do any teamwork yet, but yeah, we got some laps here. I don't know who's close or what, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh, I hear you, Rodney. And I believe Derek Walker was your teammate last week, and you mentioned he was not able to make it up to the front like you had expected him to. Is that correct?
Yeah, he was actually up here on this last deal, and he had a little bit of internet problems and had some netcode going on, so that's what got him caught up, which sucks.
Ah, copy that. Well, Rodney, we're going to let you go. We're going to save the best for last. And we're going to see you at the end of the race, hopefully in the podium, buddy.
All right, I appreciate it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the 7 of Rodney Wolford, currently 3rd place. 2nd place on the bottom lane behind the 78 of Josh Ball. He just mentioned that his teammates are nowhere to be found. Well, not close enough, or they've had rough nights tonight. That 1 of Chris Passini, currently in 25th, 3 laps down. And the 20 of Derek Walker is in 16th as we speak. So it looks like he's all alone out there. And the 78 of Josh Ball just might be alone as well, as we do not know of a teammate that he might be working with. But Dave, looks like we're actually 2 wide here on the back straightaway entering turn 3, pacing at 80 miles an hour, ready to go green.
Yeah, most definitely is. We're going to get the green flag with 6 laps to go, so we're going to have a 6-lap shootout here for the checkered, so it should be fun to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, just be on the edge of your seat, as these drivers are going to put up a great finish as the pace cars comes into turn 3, turn 4 here. these drivers are going to bunch it up, getting ready to go for that green flag racing.
And Dave, looks like the teammates on the outside line, that 89 of Matthew Quick and the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer, have found each other towards the end of the race. Once again, the nose to tail, so we should expect to see these guys together until the race ends.
Pace car's going to dip off. The green flag flies. It looks like the 78 of Josh Ball is going to get a good run with the help of 7 of Wolford, but the 89 of Matthew Quick and the 87 of Rittenauer get back on that throttle and get back up as they come through the dogleg air into turn number 1. It looks like another big wreck here involving the 25.
That was the big one indeed, Dave. Well, another big one that also involved the 23 of Bernard Person, the 4 of Justin Levi, and actually was able to clear that. That 25 of Roger Stewart was involved. The 05 of Gary Whitmer was involved. The 34 of Sean Boundy was involved. The 133 of Ranford S. Brown was involved. And looks like that was pretty much it. So let's go back and take a look at that, and let's focus on the 34 of Sean Boundy and see what just might have happened.
Looks like they tried to go 4 wide, and there just was not enough room as contact was made, and it just sent trucks flying everywhere. Unfortunately, the 34 Sean Boundary just happened to be collected up into that.
Absolutely, Dave. And Dave, having a caution this late in the race, I'm not sure if we're going to go green or not.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. If we do go green, it's going to be a green-white checkered. As when we get the green flag, we're also going to get the white flag. It looks like might have 1 or 2 laps of green flag racing left if we go back green.
Oh, definitely. And Dave, as we see right in front of that pace car, we have the 01 of Jonathan Chisholm, smoking heavily as he's on the apron as we speak, crawling, trying to get up to his pit stall. Let's ride shotgun with him and see exactly how he's doing, just so we can see if he's going to be able to make it. Well, he is crawling, but it looks like he's actually going to end up making it to his pit stall, so that's really good to see. Because once they're smoking like that, Dave, those oil temps and water temps rise up or skyrocket and end up blowing the motors, so that's really good to see that he was able to make it without having any problems.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has a quick fix there, so he might have to stay in there for damage, so he may not make it back out on the track tonight.
And Dave, unfortunately, we've lost a couple of drivers. The 34 of Sean Boundy included had a very, very great night tonight. Was up front for the most part, taking it 3 wide, making it look really easy and doing an awesome job. But unfortunately, was involved in that 4 wide incident on the restart, and he did use his reset last caution, so he ended up not having a reset. And the 49 of Lyman Vanderwedge as well had disconnected early on. The 19 of Justin Lisonby also disconnected early. The 16 of Brian Barden did not make it far either. The 74 of Paul Jennings as well. And the 88 of Mark A. Vega as well has retired for the night.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate as they are very good drivers. But we will probably see them bounce back next week as they go to Talladega. So it'll be interesting to see.
Oh, most definitely, Dave. And Dave, looks like we have a new driver in the top 5. That 53 of Joe Morganti qualified in 16th and is now in 5th place. And look at that, Dave. That 22 of Everett Shepard as well, who qualified in 21st place, is now in 9th place as we speak. He has some right rear damage and a little bit of right front damage, but that might not be might not slow him down too much. And we have only 14 cars, 14 trucks. I'm sure I've been saying cars all night long, and I apologize. We have the trucks out here tonight. We have the Toyota Tundra and the Chevy. So we have 14 trucks on the lead lap, and everybody else is either one lap down or more. The 133 of Ranford S. Brown is the first car lap down in 15th place.
Yeah, it looks like some of these drivers here, as we still got them showing the J.R. Johnson there, who started 32nd, is now currently running in 8th position. The 67 of John Mustaine Jr., who started 24th, is running 7th. So we've seen some drivers be able to make their way from the back of the field to the front here. So this should be a good shootout here for the checkered flag.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. And that 24 of Kevin Tesmar, a driver who started in 32nd place, which is one position above last place, is now currently in 10th place. So he has made up a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time, but a lot of positions.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's Talladega. So as I said at the beginning of the broadcast, you may start in the back, but you can definitely make those positions up and find your way back to the front.
Oh, absolutely, Dave. And all those guys who had the strategy of pretty much riding in the back or forming a second pack, those were the smart plays, because, you know, with the big ones or big wrecks we had early on in the race, like on lap 4, on lap 14, I believe, those drivers who were in the second pack or third pack or even further back were able to avoid them due to the fact that they were far enough to slam on those brakes and were able to pretty much stay all race long.
Yeah, and as it looks like the pace car entering turn number 1, they turn their lights off, is we will have 1 lap to go. We will get a green-white checkered here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. So it'll be 1 lap.
Helping the 7 of Rodney Wofford, and that 55 of Mike J. Thompson is going to be 3rd place on the outside line, helping the outside line. So it's going to pretty much be, it just might be a fair race to start finish line, Dave.
Yeah, most definitely. As the pace car is going to bring them into turn number 3 here, they're going to start tightening up, getting right there behind. As it looks like the 78 of Josh Balls has got 28 laps on his tires, so we'll definitely keep an eye on this restart and see if he spins his tires.
We can see there, Dave, that entering exiting turn 4 as we speak, just bunching them up 80 miles an hour. White flag's gonna fly once that green flag flies. So it's gonna be really interesting. Hold on to those seats, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be a good finish. The pace car's off, the green flag flies. That's 78 of Josh Bell puts that pedal down, so there's the 89 of Matty Quick on the outside line, getting out from 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. Looks like it's gonna be a drag race to start finish, and that 52 of Joe Morganti on the bottom lane, 3rd place on the bottom lane. It's gonna be all over the 7 of Rodney Wofford, front bumper of entering turn 1. As we can see there, Dave, it's a 3 versus 2 on the outside line, and these drivers are trying their best to push each other, as that 53 of John Morgan seems to be backing off, but the 89 of Matthew with a huge run with the help of the 87 of Raymond Rittenauer. Looks like it's going to be a drag race on the back straightaway through turn number 3, as that 7 of Rodney Wofford makes it 3 wide, and they're going to wreck entering turn 3. 87 of Raymond Rittenauer gets wrecked, turn put into the wall. That involves the 20 of Derek Walker. Going back up front, Dave, that 78 of Josh Boyce in the grass as well was wrecked. Let's go back up front and try and find who's going to bring this thing home.
We're following with the 89 of Matthew Quick, as he was able to avoid all that damage and take the checkered flag.
Well, Dave, it was a rough night for most of these drivers. Looks like the 55 of Mike J. Thompson came out in 2nd place. That 23 of Bernard Person crosses the start-finish line in 3rd with some heavy right damage, or front damage. The 7 of Rodney Wofford seems to have finished in 4th place. Let's go back and take a look at what might have caused that incident.